Okay, guys, so this is the second class about level 4, and I think we have reached this page. We have solved the usage of since and for, and I told you guys, if you remember the exact time, you have to use since, but if you don't remember or if you don't mention the exact time, you have to use for. We have done this exercise about matching A with B and with C. Now I think it's the time to solve exercise number 3. Now, exercise number 3 is about asking questions. So let's complete the conversations that we have. Now, what tense is used in each question? 1. Where do you live, Susan? In a flat near the town center. So what is the tense that is used in this sentence?
Present.
Simple present, exactly. Yes, exactly. Okay, 2. How long there? For 3 years. How can I complete this question?
How long did you live there?
Did you
Live.
there for 3 years? How long did you live?
Yes.
Okay, how long did you live there? Okay, now what tense did we use here? Did you live? Absolutely. This is live, and this is there. So what is the tense that we used here in the question?
Past.
Simple past, thank you. So for 3 years. Why move there? Because we wanted to be in a nicer area.
Did you move?
Bravo, we have wanted. So I have to say, why did you move? Why did you move there? Keep in mind, please, guys, if I want to use here the present perfect, if I want to say how long have you been or have you lived there, don't forget that this person is still there and he didn't change his place. So please keep it in your mind because there is a big difference between simple past and present perfect. Let's listen and check, especially A, just to check it if it is correct or not. Okay, so this is 7.4. Let's listen to 7.4 and let's check our answers. So this is unit 7 and this is recording 4.
Tape script 7.4. Asking questions.
Where do you live, Susan?
In a flat near the town centre.
How long have you lived there?
How long what?
Do you?
Are you-
live.
Okay, let me go back a little bit in the recording. Please listen carefully. How long?
How long have you lived there?
What?
Did you live?
Are you sure? Let's go back in the recording. Please listen
Do you
carefully.
live? Do you live?
Let's listen again.
How long have you lived there?
What?
Have you lived?
Bravo. How long have you lived? So notice that he used the present perfect. Have you lived there? So he's still living there because I used the present perfect. How long have you lived there? I have lived there for 3 years and I'm still in that place. Okay.
For 3 years.
Why did you move there?
Because we wanted to be in a nicer area.
So exactly, we use the simple past because we
Did
are
you?
talking exactly about something happened and finished in the past. Okay. Now, exercise number 4, we have to make conversations using these prompts. Okay, let me ask you these questions and
Mister?
you yes, Jamila. Is that you?
No,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Okay.
Mr. The both is correct.
Both of them, exactly. Both of them are correct. But if you want to use the present perfect, this person is still living there.
Okay.
Okay? But if I want to use simple past, no, I moved. I changed the place. Okay?
Yes, Mr.
Tagreed, can I start with you, please?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Now, the first question is, what do you do? When I say what do you do, Tagreed, I'm asking about your job, about your work, okay?
I work in a pharmacy
Okay. How long have you been as a pharmacist?
for 5 years.
Mm. And what did you do before being a pharmacist?
I worked in a shop.
Oh, exactly. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Thank you, Tagreed. Hiba, can you hear me?
Yes, teacher.
Now it's your turn. What do you do?
I work in the mini mall.
Uh-huh. Okay. How long have you been as a worker in that place?
I work 6 years.
For 6 years. Holy God, that's a really long period of time. Okay.
Yeah.
What did you do before that?
I work بدي أقول لك
Mm-hmm.
قسم المبيعات and cash يعني marketing ومحاسبة كل
Accountant or
شيء.
maybe as a cashier.
Yes, accountant
Okay.
plus salesman يعني sales woman يعني هيك
Yes.
مبيعات كمان.
Yes. Amazing. God bless you.
Okay.
Raed, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
So, Raed, what do you do?
I work in a hospital
How long have you been there?
for 3 years.
I have been there for 3 years. Amazing. What did you do before that?
I worked in a restaurant. Maybe.
Okay, God bless you. Thank you so much, Raed. Now, Ryan, can you hear me?
Yes, Mr.
So, Ryan, what do you do?
Now I'm just a private teacher.
Yeah, amazing. How long have you been a teacher?
Um, I have um, I have been for the past 3 years, I think.
Okay, now the final question. What did you do before that?
Nothing. Didn't do anything. Only continue my studying.
Okay, God bless you, by the way, Ryan. That's amazing. Okay, guys, so this is it. Please be careful about the difference between simple present, simple past, and present perfect. Okay, now let's talk about the next page. The next page is talking about Frida Hoffman. Now let's read the introduction about Frida Hoffman, and let's take a look at these pictures before reading the introduction. So we notice that driving in South Africa, we have walking the Great Wall of China, we have crossing the Sahara, Algeria, and we have the river Nile, Kenya, and archaeological site in Egypt. So let's read the introduction, and absolutely we have to solve the questions after this introduction because we have an interview with Frida Hoffman. Ryan, can you read the introduction, please?
Yes, Mr. Frida Hoffman, archaeologist and writer. Frida Hoffman was born in Germany, but she has lived most of her life abroad. She has a passion for history and ancient civilizations. Her greatest love is Africa, and she has written several books about ancient Egypt.
Okay, thank you so much. But how can I read this word?
Ancient,
Yes, this is sh. Okay?
okay, ancient.
Yes. What about this word?
Written,
Exactly. It's written, but not written. Thank you so much. Okay. Now, give me one example about the using of a present perfect in this introduction.
present perfect.
Yes.
She has lived.
Yes, thank you. Tagreed, give me an example about the usage of simple past. Tagreed, can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
was born.
Yeah, thank you. Was born. Exactly. Right. Can you give me an example about the usage of simple present?
Is
Where is it? Can you read the full sentence?
love is Africa.
Yeah, love is Africa. Thank you. Hiba, um,
Yes.
Ryan said that has lived is the present perfect example. Can you give me another example?
She has a written.
She has written, thank you so much, several books. Okay, now I think we have to complete the interview about Frida Hoffman. But to do so, I have to split my screen into two just to be able to read the introduction and the questions that I have to write or match in the same page. So to do so, let me do like this. And let me open the book twice, again, just to be able to show you the question and the interview at the same time. So let me use this application and let's start. Okay, yeah, exactly. Okay, so let me scroll down to the passage about the Frida Hoffman. No, it isn't here. I think it is in this page. Yes, but I have to go there. Okay, so guys, this is the interview about Frida Hoffman. And we have to now write the questions and on the correct line. We notice that this one is sold for us and this one. If you want to take a look at this page, we have this introduction, we have this interview, which is saying, Frida, you've traveled a lot in your lifetime. Which countries have you been to? This is it. Which countries have you been to? The answer will be, well, I've been to a lot of countries in Africa and Asia, but I've never been to South Africa. The next one, because the answer is when I was 6, my family moved to England. The question will be, when did you first go abroad? This is it. When did you go or did you first go abroad? Now we have to write the third question, which the answer is because my father got a job as a professor of history at Cambridge University. What do you think?
Sure, we have when I was 6 before.
Okay, when I was 6 before. This is the answer of this question. Am I right?
No, why did you move there? No, قصدي هيدي إنه نجيب لها بالأول question.
Okay. So what
Why
shall
did
I?
you move there?
Why did you move there? This is it exactly. Why did you move there? Because my father got a job as a professor. So this is it. Why did you move there? Guys, I sent the book to the group, so you can check it out. I know that I had to send it the previous session, so I have to be sorry. Why did you move there? Or you know what, just to be faster, I have to write here 3. This is it. This is 1. This is 2. And this is a 3. So why did you move there? Okay, because my father got a job as a professor of history at Cambridge University. Now, 4, in archaeology. Yes, I have. When I was 10, there was an exhibition of Tutankhamun, the Egyptian king, Tutankhamun, which is the Egyptian king. In London, my father took me to see it, and I was fascinated. After that, I knew that I wanted to go to Egypt and to be an archaeologist.
Have you always been interested?
Have you always been interested in any danger situations?
Have you
No, the
ever
first one.
discovered anything?
Okay, so let me write here number 4, and here number 4. We have to check that later.
The first one.
Have you ever discovered anything?
Have you always been interested?
Have you always been interested? Okay, so this is it. So which one I have to choose?
I think first one.
Okay, Tagreed is saying, have you always been interested? Now, what do you think about have you ever discovered anything? Do you think that this is the correct question?
No,
Okay, what about this one? Have you ever been in any dangerous situations?
no.
Okay, so let me erase them. And let's check that later because we have a recording. Okay, now 5. I don't know the question, but the answer is 20 times at least. I go as often as I can.
How many times have you been to
Right.
Egypt?
Thank you
How
so
many?
much, Raad. So how many times have you been to Egypt? I have been to Egypt 20 times at least. I go as often as I can. Now we have, yes, I've made some very important discoveries. I was the leader of a team that discovered some ancient tombs near Cairo. You've written books about, okay, now what about 6?
Now, have you ever
Have
discovered
you,
anything?
Have you
yes,
ever discovered anything? Yes, I've made some very important discoveries. Okay, so now you've written books about Egypt, haven't you? I don't know. I've written there about pharaohs, and I've written a book about a journey I made
how
from
many
Cairo.
books,
How many books have you
How
written?
how
many
many have
books?
you written?
Yes, so this is number 7. How many books have you written? I have written 3 about pharaohs. Now 8, by train, by car, in a Land Rover, of course.
How did
How did
you
you
travel?
travel?
How did you
How
travel?
did you travel? Exactly. So this is number 8. Okay. So in all your travels, I don't know the question, but the answer is, oh goodness, yes. I've often been in danger, but in situations like that, you learn so much about yourself.
Have you ever been in any dangerous?
Now I have to say this is number 9. Exactly. So this is it. Now let's listen to the recording and check the correct answers. Don't forget, guys, that Tutankhamun is in Egypt, which is the Egyptian king that lived in a long period of time. So its name is Tutankhamun. Okay, let's listen because we have to check our answers if they are correct or maybe we have some mistakes. Now we have the recording, which is 7.6. Let's listen and let's check our answers. This is Unit 7, and this is recording 6.
Tape script 7.6.
Frida Hoffmann, archaeologist and writer.
Frida Hoffmann was born in Germany, but she has lived most of her life abroad. She has a passion for history and ancient civilizations. Her greatest love is Africa, and she has written several books about ancient Egypt. Frida, you've travelled a lot in your lifetime. Which countries have you been to?
Well, I've been to a lot of countries in Africa and Asia, but I've never been to South America.
When did you first go abroad?
When I was 6, my family moved to England.
Why did you move there?
Because my father got a job as Professor of History at Cambridge University.
Have you always been interested in archaeology?
Yes, I have. When I was 10, there was an exhibition of Tutankhamun, the Egyptian king, in London. My father took me to see it, and I was fascinated. After that, I knew that I wanted to go to Egypt and be an archaeologist.
How many times have you been to Egypt?
20 times at least. I go as often as I can.
Have you ever discovered anything?
Yes, I've made some very important discoveries. I was the leader of a team that discovered some ancient tombs near Cairo.
You've written books about Egypt, haven't you? How many books have you written?
I've written 3 about the pharaohs, and I've written a book about a journey I made from Cairo to Cape Town.
How did you travel? By train? By car?
In a Land Rover, of course.
In all your travels, have you ever been in any dangerous situations?
Oh, goodness, yes. I've often been in danger. But in situations like that, you learn so much about yourself.
So thank you so much. All the answers are really correct. This is the interview about Frida Hoffmann. Now let me zoom the page in and let's complete solving the questions. Okay, it's not the end because I want to ask you some questions and you have to find the answer now from the same interview that we have about Frida Hoffmann. Now, the first question is, we have ever, now we have to make a questions, and then we have to answer them. Now we have ever South America. Now, the question is, has she ever been to South America? Read the interview to find the question.
No, she hasn't been. No.
So the answer is no. Can you complete it? So no.
She has never been.
Bravo, تغريد. No, she has never been to South America. Exactly. Now, question number 2, we have when move England. Now, the question is, when did she move to England?
When she was 6.
Bravo, when
6.
she was 6, my family moved to England. Okay, now question number 3, we have where her father get a job. Now the question is, because it is in the simple past, I have to say, where did her father get a job?
Her father got a job
Bravo,
at Cambridge University.
bravo. Her father got a job at Cambridge University as a professor of history. Exactly. Now we have when see the Tutankhamun exhibition. Okay. Now the question is saying, when did she see the Tutankhamun exhibition?
When she was 10.
Bravo. When she was 10. This is it.
10.
Exactly. So was an exhibition of Tutankhamun, the Egyptian king. Now we have how many times to Egypt. Now, how many times has she been to Egypt?
20 times.
20 times. This is it. 20 times at least. Thank you so much. Now we have how many books. Now the question is, how many books has she written?
She has written
Uh-huh.
3 about
Bravo.
the and
خلاص.
she has written a book about a journey.
Yeah, exactly. So she has written 3 about Firaz, and I have written a book about journey I made. So the overall number is 4 books exactly. Okay, so this is it now, everything about Hoffman. Now we have the grammar spot, which is saying, what are the tenses in these sentences? 1, you've traveled a lot in your lifetime. What is the tense that is used in this sentence?
Present perfect.
Present perfect.
Yes, present perfect. Now 2, which countries have you been to?
Present
What?
perfect.
Present perfect, exactly. Finally, when I was 6, my family moved to England.
Simple past.
Simple past, thank you so much. Now the question is, which tense refers to a definite time in the past?
Third one.
Ah, simple past, thank you so much, the last one. Now, which tense refers to experience?
First one.
Yeah, the present perfect. So guys, keep in mind that we call the present perfect tense as the tense of experience. Why? Because it's just like to say, how many times did you do that? How many times did you visit this country? How many times have you tried, for example, this game? How many times have you tasted this kind of food? So the present perfect, as I told you, is called as the verb of experience because maybe I want to do it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times till the end of the this one. Okay. Now, the adverbs ever and never are often used with the present perfect, especially if you are asking a question, and especially again if the answer is no. Let's take a look at this example. Notice that this is a question, and I want to use the present perfect. So I have to say, have you ever been in danger? Now, if the answer is no, you have to say, I've never been to South Africa. So please don't use no and never together because never is a negative word. No is a negative word. So you have to say, I have not been to South America. And you can say, I have never been to South America, but you cannot use both of them. I mean, you cannot use never and no at the same time because again, both of them are negative words.
Mister,
Yes, Rayan.
I don't understand the verb be.
B,
Yes.
this is the verb.
Been. Is it past participle?
Yes. Okay.
But we
But
say the present perfect. That means past plus have or has plus the past simple.
the past participle, not past simple.
Okay, okay, okay.
Ah, this is it. This is have.
Okay,
Where is the past participle, Rayan?
okay, okay, yes. I
This is
got
it.
it.
Exactly. Rayan, what is the simple present of be?
Simple present.
Mm.
I am, she has.
Okay, I'm not talking about the pronouns. I'm talking about verbs. I mean, don't say I, you, we, they. These are pronouns. I'm only talking about verbs. What is the simple
Is,
present?
are,
Bravo. Is,
who am. I am.
exactly. What is the simple
Yes.
past of be?
Was or were.
Bravo. What is the verb 3 or the past participle of be?
Been.
This is it.
Yes, yes, I got it.
Okay, so be careful because sometimes it is little confusing. Okay, so this is everything about this page. Now let's talk about this new page and let's practice using the present perfect or the past simple. Now we have a recording. Let's listen to this recording and let's complete some lines from the interview about Frida Hoffman. So let's start the recording and please listen carefully to be able to fill the blanks again about this interview. So it is 7.7. Let me play the recording and please listen carefully.
Tape script 7.7. 1.
You moved to England when you were 6. Do you go back to Germany much?
No, I don't. I've been back a few times to visit relatives, but I've never lived there again.
What? What did she say?
I didn't hear.
Okay, let's repeat the recording. Please listen carefully. Let me make zoom in because maybe you cannot see the page clearly. I think this is really better. Okay, so let's listen and please listen carefully this time.
Tape script 7.7. 1.
You moved to England when you were 6. Do you go back to Germany much?
No, I don't. I've been back a few times to visit relatives, but I've never lived there again.
What?
I came back.
Are you sure? A few times. I have to use the present perfect. Okay, let's repeat the recording again.
Do you go back to Germany much?
No, I don't. I've been back a few times.
What?
I think.
Are you sure?
I feel.
Are you sure? Let's repeat one last time.
6. Do you go back to Germany much?
No, I don't. I've been back a few times.
What?
I've been back.
Thank you, Tagreed. I've been back a few times. I've, which is the abbreviation of I have, been, the present perfect. Why? Because I have a few times. Number of times I have done the action. So I've been back a few times, but I've...
to visit relatives, but I've never lived there again.
What?
Never
Never
left.
I've never lived. Thank
Lived.
you so much. I have never lived that again. So never. And the verb 3 of live is lived. I've never lived there again. A present perfect, absolutely. Okay, now 2, we have what? You at university. I, ancient history at Cambridge.
I feel more English than German now.
2.
What did you study at university?
I studied ancient history at Cambridge.
What?
What did you?
Rob,
What
what
did you
did you study? This is simple past. Something happened in the past and finished over. What did you study at university? Exactly. So I
Studied.
studied, thank you, which is the simple past of a study. I studied ancient history at Cambridge University. Okay, now we have 3. 3 is saying you, an ordinary job. Of course, I all sorts of things. After university, I only any money. So, and then we have so what? You, I in a restaurant. I finally we have it. So let's fill the blanks.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I did. The course was amazing, and Cambridge was a great place to live.
3.
Have you ever had an ordinary job?
What?
Have you?
Have you ever? Thank you. Absolutely, because it is the first word. I have to capitalize H, the letter H. Have you